You are now tuned in to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, where we will be discussing actual audio and visual clips captured during the team's investigations. Hear firsthand eyewitness accounts from fellow team members and special guests. Now smash that like, subscribe, and follow button, and let's get ready to welcome team leader and your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and tech specialist and co-host, Mike Del Coro.
What is up, my paranormal people? Happy Monday. We got another good show for you. I'm Eric Vanderlaan, your host of the War Party Paranormal Radio Show and also team leader of War Party Paranormal Research. And right over here,
My name is Mike Del Coro. I'm a case manager and tech specialist with War Party Paranormal and your co-host of the War Party Paranormal Radio Show. And yeah, guys, happy Monday. Happy to be here. And Eric, what are we getting into tonight?
Well, Mike's still suffering from his paranormal hangover that we had last Saturday.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I can't say what it is and where it was because it's going to be a future Paraflix episode. So you got to get your subscription and watch. But we got our asses torn up by mosquitoes. We were out like in the middle of the Everglades. It was like freaking crazy. And I got a little clip.
It was bananas. I like, you could literally just go like this and you just feel like you hit like a dozen of them. Like, it was
on the IR camera, you see them swarming all over us. I was calling them fairies. Look at all the little fairies flying around. This is active. But check this out.
Would you like us to come back and visit another time?
I can't take this anymore. The mosquitoes are tearing my ass up.
I know, me too, really bad.
Oh, man. I feel them like all over my face. Oh.
They're all over me. They're so bad.
The things that we do for paranormal investigation. Freaking crazy.
I know, they're so bad.
Oh. It was fun, but we can do mosquitoes anytime, right?
Yeah.
So we got some good activities. So mosquitoes,
it was worth
a problem. Yep,
yeah.
That's for sure. So anyway, we got a great show tonight. We have Weeping Willow Paranormal from Canada, and Cassie and her husband Ron and Reese. And I got a little intro that I'm going to play, and then we'll bring them on. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I first met Cassie at Para Experience up in Tahoe, and then we met again in Virginia City, which is an amazing place. And that time she came with her husband. So yeah, we had a really good time, and we'll just pop them right on in.
Actually, the only time I ever met her was here on this show when April was our guest.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we had a drawing for a reading from April Doucette, New Jersey paranormal housewife. She's been on the Holzer Files. She's always on the spot, and Cassie won the drawing, and she did a reading for her, and it just like blew our minds away. It's like
I still talk about it all the time. Like, it was wild.
All the time. So let's bring them up. So Cassie and Ron and Reese, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey.
Thanks for having us. That intro was pretty epic.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank to you guys. It's all your clips.
This is how it looked. It was good.
Thank you. I tried to make it come on looking epic anyway. That's my plan.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
So where in Canada are you guys actually by Ontario?
Yes. Yeah, we're Southern Ontario, like Niagara region.
Oh, okay. That's a nice area.
Mm-hmm.
It is a nice area.
Yeah, like Niagara Falls is pretty much 20 minutes for me and probably about 10 minutes for Reese. So.
Oh, okay. When I was younger, we used to live in Mentor, Ohio, near Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to always go to Niagara Falls. Of course, the Canadian side was the best side.
Eric is very mysterious. I've known Eric for years.
Surprising him.
And we investigate all the time together. We're always doing stuff and a lot of projects together. And every day he says something that I learned something about him. I had no idea that he lived in. Like, I didn't know you were born in Hawaii either until I read your bio for our thing. There's and then we were like, I don't want to give it away, but you were saying something else the other day too, and I was like, what? So, that's interesting. But
I'll keep pulling out of my bag. Keep surprising you.
How far is that from Nova Scotia? It's pretty far, right?
Very.
Yeah, like 12. No, more than.
It'd be almost 20 hours. I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That. I've always wanted to go to Oak Island. Like they say that they don't stay there overnight because it's so much activity.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Canada's huge.
Yeah. It is.
It is big.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
So Cassie, you got the Washu Club T-shirt on. Last time I saw you,
yep,
you were a trooper. You were like hopping on one leg. You only had one leg. The whole para experience. It's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, I don't even know how I did it. I was like going. Well, I was like, it was hell or high water. I'm like, because he's like, me, you can't go on the trip. I'm like, oh, I'm going. I'm like, I don't care.
I was worried when that happened. I was like,
no, we went to this. Remember, we took that long hike to the cemetery.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't even know how you did that.
I don't know either.
You were like, and there's like a lot of steep hills. I remember you're like almost like on the way back, almost like crawling up the hill.
Well, if I had leaned backwards, I probably would have fallen over because the angle I had to be on with my boot, it was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, like her ankle had no movement, so she couldn't like lean over and go up a hill. It's pretty crazy.
You're a trooper.
She was.
And those stairs at Silver Queen.
Oh. Yep. And then after that, you probably threw down a few to like sort of numb the pain, right?
Actually, I think I just was taking ibuprofen. It was pretty good. I don't know. I mean, it was yeah.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mike.
I was going to say, so this is the team right here, right? This is everybody on the team?
Yeah.
Yep.
And how does everybody know each other, and what parts do you take place in for the team? Like, is everybody's an investigator, or like, go ahead and explain, introduce yourself. And
okay. So I started it. I've always been interested in the paranormal. Originally it was just me and Ron, my husband, Ron. But he, at the time, he was a super skeptic, and he was just kind of there to come along with me. So I wasn't by myself. And he was just like basically just doing the camera work. The camera guy. Yeah. But then
good job at it.
Thanks.
And then I went to school with Reese for massage therapy. And so I think at the time you were just not really interested. So I asked Reese to help out on an investigation at the Screaming Tunnels in Niagara Falls. And she joined me. And then it kind of ended up just being me and Reese for a while. Mm-hmm. But then Virginia City happened, and then Ron was like, "Oh no, I'm joining again." So now it's the three of us. Awesome.
Well, Ron was like a crutch for you, so you can walk around. So you needed to. You probably had to pay him off to come. Maybe.
Reese, were you into the paranormal before? Did you ever do any investigating before you joined them, or was it just kind of something you thought would be interesting? And I'm like, I want to check this out.
I was definitely interested in the paranormal. I was interested in everything kind of weird and oddball. That's just kind of my cup of tea, like Wicca, tarot, crystals, all of that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool.
I was super into ghost hunters and ghost adventures and all of that kind of stuff. So when Cassie was like, hey, I'm actually going to go out and do this, I was like, absolutely. And then that first location we went to, we actually went back 3 times. And it was like the second or the third time where she turned to me and was like, you know, you're in this for the long haul now, right? It's you and me now.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You found your people.
Exactly.
And you guys, so what's like your go-to place, like in your area? Like, do you have maybe have a couple, like?
I can think of one region, like Niagara on
Oh,
the
the
Lake.
region.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Like Niagara on the Lake is one of, like, debated to be one of the most haunted places in all of Canada. War of 1812 ripped right through there. So there's a lot of really good history and really good activity reported all across Niagara on the Lake. And
Okay.
we've investigated quite a few locations there and
Yeah.
have quite a few more to go back to.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Yeah.
I would think Niagara Falls. Aren't there like a lot of suicides there?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Niagara Falls is huge too.
Yeah.
I worked on a job site. I shouldn't really. I don't know.
No, don't elaborate.
Don't elaborate.
No, you work on the thing where you win the tunnel and you the EVP. Because I made him.
Uh-huh.
So it was a hydro canal tunnel that was built in the it was 1898 to it took like 5 years to build, and it's 160 feet down. It's an engineering marvel. It's
Wow.
phenomenal. It's amazing. But I was in this tunnel, and like Cass said, you gotta get an EVP. I'm like,
No, I just said investigate. Yeah.
Like, no,
One of those tunnels where the water's going over it, like
Well,
those type of tunnels.
It's a hydro tunnel. So
Okay.
So there's a generating station. The water flows from the top, and then it goes down below and like falls, hits the turbines, they spin, and then it comes out.
Oh, okay.
So it's been decommissioned since the 90s, and they finally made it a museum, and like you can go down 160 feet and walk the tunnel out to the water's edge and actually walk out and see the falls, and it's really cool.
Wow.
So
Sounds
I had the opportunity to work on that job, and while I was there, I one lunch break, the guys, we go up at lunch. I'm like, I'm just gonna stay down here by myself, and so I had my phone and just with a recording app, and
Yeah.
I was walking through and asking questions, and like, freaking, what was like?
It was like, because
like,
I didn't catch anything, so I was listening to it, and then I'm like, there's something right here. So he caught it without realizing it.
Yeah.
But I mean, the people who died building that tunnel, like that location, Reese and I looked into to investigate, but it's like $5,000 to go because you have to like rent it out, but you have to pay like the security
and filming rights
because it's part of the Niagara Parks Commission.
How big is the tunnel? How big is the tunnel?
It's almost 2 kilometers long, I think. So 2,000 feet.
Oh,
It's crazy.
Okay.
It's quite the trek. Like, I mean, I was down there during the construction, and it's like, I don't need to go back down there. I was on the job, right? But it's really cool. Yeah,
I could only imagine like the energy that gets generated there, just with the water, makes things active, and then the waterfall actually with all that energy just might be like a huge pump to like stir things up.
It is. Niagara Falls in itself is just a marvel in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it was first discovered, when the French discoverer, I can't remember his name, but I'm terrible with history. I'm terrible with history. But when he was traveling and he heard a rumbling, like a really loud sound, right? Nobody knew what it was, and then all of a sudden he just came upon Niagara Falls, and it was like, wow, and the natives in the area, it was considered
sacred.
a holy sacred thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it is breathtaking. I've been there. I've been to Toronto. That's the only place I've been to, and at Niagara Falls. Then we went to spend some time in Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto's nice. I mean, it's a big city.
Yeah, big city.
Yeah.
We get our tattoos there, so that's really good at Toronto.
So what would you say your guy, like one of your top places that you've investigated, like some of the craziest activity that you've captured?
So the first place that really captured my attention, and Reese's too, this is before Ron joined again, but it was the Beck House. Yeah, so that place, we caught a lot of crazy stuff. It was a lot of EVPs after the fact. We caught our first Class A EVP.
Mhm.
So that was interesting because we use the Spirit Talker app, or maybe it was the Perilous, but it's like I don't put a whole heck of a lot of stock in the apps, but we like kind of just use them just as like an extra thing.
Mhm.
And it said east, and you literally see me go like writing it off. But then when you look back at the footage, a man's voice goes which way, and then in the Perilous goes east. So it's like,
you mean
so
like
that
an
was
actual
crazy.
person said that, or a disembodied voice?
Disembodied voice, but like it was an
Ooh,
EVP.
that's
You
crazy.
didn't hear it in person. It wasn't
Oh
until
wow,
after.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And so Ron, like, are you still skeptical? A skeptic? Do you believe there's?
I don't want to go into details, but I still am kind of a skeptic, like just because of my background and my religious beliefs. It's difficult for me to accept. Like I've always been told that there's no such thing as ghosts. Nobody, when you die, you rise up and you're gone. That's it. Nobody hangs around. If you're talking or communicating with ghosts, is demonic and evil, and it's Satan just trying to pull you away from God, and that's what it is. And it's like, I understand that, but still, there's just too much in. I don't know. I don't want to be on a rant or anything.
No,
No, I know exactly where you're coming from, because I was raised the same way too. Very religious. But like, I just think like there's like a lot of things that we're learning about now. They're not as bad as what people make out to be. Not everything is going to be demonic. Sometimes I think it's just more either depression, like things of tragedies that happen, energy. Even if it's intelligent, it's not always bad. I mean, sometimes it's happy things as well. People like, reliving their special memories. That's how basically I look at it. And I think it takes time to cross over to get to the other side. And like I said before in other shows, it's like once you cross over, time doesn't exist, right? There's no time. So maybe for that person or spirit crossing over, it may take like a second to like get to the other side, but like for us, maybe it could be like maybe 30 minutes, 10 years, 100 years. I mean, who knows? I don't know, but we won't actually know until we do eventually.
That's right.
Go to the other side.
And that's
Go ahead.
growing up, you get taught one thing all the time, and then the Bible's the only way, God's the only way, and it's like, you know what? There's so many other things out in the world. There's other religions, other beliefs, other systems, like, and to just say that Christianity is the only way, I don't know. I feel bad saying it, like, because that's how I grew up as a Christian, born again Christian. I still feel I'm a born again Christian.
Yeah, I'm still a Christian as well.
That I have that relationship with God. But when you have friends in the church that are saying, "Oh, it's evil," and you have to step away from that, or you're going down, you're just going to fall away from the Lord, and He'll want nothing to do with you. It's like, it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah. And I also think it's on specific denominations as well. Some don't see it that way. I was raised Episcopalian. It's very open-minded.
Another thing.
There you go. So yeah, I mean, because basically what we do, like our main goal is helping people. I mean, God rest his soul, we actually had a pastor that was on our team that would go to places, and if there was something that was demonic or dark energy, he would be able to go there and help those people out and get rid of the energy. So we're helping people. So I don't say how that can be something wrong, And we're praying and we're saying verses from the Bible and things to help these people out.
I think a lot of it's misunderstood too. Not having like just they have one set way. Oh, this is and not having a total open mind. I guess like I had a couple of friends and they like childhood friends that I grew up with, and they were like mentors to me and everything. And then I go and see them. I haven't seen them in a while, and they're just knocking everything that Cassie's doing. And it's just like, how I support my wife. I'm not going to tell her she can't do this. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
And
I
it's
don't
not
mean
like
to-
and it's not like she's going out there and like conjuring up demons. If
Well,
there's
that's-
demons, she's trying to get rid of them, you know.
Wait, Reese, are we? I don't know.
I haven't been telling you something. I've been doing something behind your back, Cassie. I'm sorry. You know.
I mean, I
Oh my
don't,
gosh,
I
you
don't
always
see, you know,
Reese
I'm
always tries to get them to touch me. It's hilarious. But anyways.
Yeah, well,
I'm
we're always trying to
obviously-
push the veil too.
I'm
Yeah.
obviously not very like super religious, but I mean, I stay
He's got
open
the
minded with a lot of things.
Saint
Yeah.
Michael medallion on his necklace right there.
Well, that's what I was named after, Saint Michael. Yeah, and this is Saint Benedict.
Benedict, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel it helps. It can't hurt. That's right. You know what I mean? Like the ward away evil spirits, things like that. But I mean, we're doing research. You know, we're investigating. We're looking. We're seeking answers, and we don't know. You know, and I think there could be a way where it goes the other way too, right? Where almost everything's paranormal. You hear that little like the house creaking adjustment, you know, and that you know sometimes you got to take things into consideration that way too.
Yeah.
You know, it could go far one way, or it can go really far the other way as well. You got to keep an objective eye, but yeah, I mean, it is a slippery slope when you get into some religions and stuff that are like totally just against doing that. But I mean, it could, you know, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. We don't know. Nobody knows. And I don't care who you are or what you say or how
We're
long
trying
you've
to
been.
know.
And yeah, and people that have been on TV that say, I've been doing this 17 years, I'm an expert. There's no expert. I don't care what you say, what you do, how many shows you've been on, what you got. You're not an expert.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to know 100% exactly what's going on. You can have theories. And, you know, I have a theory that it's more dimensional. Like it could be, but I feel like the easiest representation that I can, the theory that I had was the way that they kind of showed it in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily the way it looked and everything, but the way that there was like, they could hear you, but kinda, not really, you know, but and like on the other side, and they could communicate a little bit. But I feel like that's a good representation of the way that I always felt that it could be.
I love theories. I have a scientifically backed theory that I love to go to because I'm very science minded. Like that's where my roots are, is in the practical and what you can see. So according to the second law of thermodynamics, energies cannot be created or destroyed, just transferred from one form to another.
Yeah.
And I believe in the soul, and the soul is an energy. So if we have an energy and a soul within us, it can't just disappear after we're gone. Right.
Well, look at all the near-death experience videos and the experience that people have, you know?
Yeah.
If anything, that should almost be proof there. Like at one point, like in a way, these near-death experiences, right? They were operating on this woman, and she went flatline during the operation. And during the operation, they had some other assistants and surgeons come in to the room to help when she flatlined. Then after they got her back up and running and her body back up and going, they exited the room. So the only time that those people were in the room was when she was clinically dead. After she came back, she literally could explain, like she explained the way that she was hovering over her body and seeing these other people, and explained there was a woman that looked like this and she was here. And the only time that, like I said, that they were in the room was when she was clinically dead. So how do you debunk that? You know, that's wild.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
A lot of those stories are the same too. They all say
Very,
the same
very similar.
things.
Yeah, I think I saw the same docu-series on Netflix that you're talking about.
Yeah,
and it was insane because this lady described the medical tools that they were using, and she had no knowledge of these tools, but described them to the T and told the doctors, and the doctors were blown away. Like they're like, you're dead. You can't know this.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just blew my mind.
Well, what about, I forget the name of the doctor who wrote a book that had a near-death experience. Maybe someone can type it up in the chat, but I think it was like a neuroscience, and he had like an infection and had a near-death experience, and he was an atheist. He didn't think, like, he was like trained to learn that, there's once you're gone, that's it.
So
And
Joe just said
now
something.
it's completely different.
Joe just said something here in the chat too, and I don't know if I remember this part, but Joe said that she saw a shoe on the roof, and then they went up on the roof and they confirmed that the shoe was up there.
Wow.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's so much stuff that we don't know, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's and you've heard this before, right? But it's taught out of us, like. Because when you're a little kid and you get scared and it's like, hey, you know what? That's your imagination. Go back to sleep. Nothing, and then you're always told that. And then, oh, you're a crazy person if you say you saw something or this and that. So it's kind of taught out of you. So then subliminally you start suppressing these things, right? And you see something out of the corner of your eye. Everybody sees it. Everybody's seen something, like, and then you look and there's nothing there and you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
It was nothing, it was just, but when you start to open up and really start realizing the things around you and open up your senses, and that's the thing that, a lot of this stuff you can't be recorded, it can't be documented. It's feelings and stuff that you just barely see, giving you hints and different things. It's wild. It's really wild.
Mike, we're gonna have to do what the Wraith Chasers did at the Castillo de St. Marcos in St. Augustine. They built these goggles where you can only see from the side. They had these cutouts on the side. So they were like picking up stuff. And then they did something with the cameras with mirrors. So it only pick up on the side angle. Like they had like two cameras in front of it and they were like, they're at an angle. So when they would see like, and they actually picked up something. I mean, it's TV, so I don't know if it's real, but something interesting to try out, right?
Yeah, what's funny is I got kind of a little bummed today, and I was showing Kat like on one of the videos that I posted on Facebook. Me and Joe doing an Estes, you were there, and a couple people were like, "That's fake," and that's there's no way. And like when Joe started saying the devil, and I was like, I think you're full of crap. I don't think, and it's a demon, and this is Joe doing the Estes, and I said I don't believe that that's true. I think you're just trying to scare us out of here. And now I don't think you don't need to be a tough guy with us. You know what I mean? We're here for a reason. We're here to help, and you need to stop that nonsense. And totally the whole vibe just flipped, right? And that was pretty wild. And, so that's, I think a lot of people too might jump to the conclusion that things are demonic or evil, but you stand your ground sometimes and you'll find out that, if I'm a ghost and I'm just chilling, sometimes I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to play 20 questions with you. I'm going to try to scare you away. And
so funny you said that, because we actually did just finished up a 4-part series of Conway Mansion. We felt like that we were like we're in their space. We shouldn't be there the whole time. And then so that was like, it was really interesting. And that's where we actually got our craziest evidence to date.
So we got a few people here that were at PEX. So Cassie and Ron, I know Reese, you weren't there, but what was your most memorable paranormal experience there at Virginia City? It was very active, right? It's kind of hard to pick one, right? Or no?
So, see, because we investigated the Washoe Club and Mackey Mansion separate from like the event.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, okay. Washoe Club had the most disembodied voices I've ever heard, and they caught up on the camera audio too. That was crazy. But also Mackey Mansion is where I saw my very first apparition on an investigation. Like I've seen them before, but that was where I saw Emma, the ghost, the girl ghost at Mackey. So like
we were picking her up when we were there too.
Yeah, and we had a spirit box thing that came through, and we were asking about like if we should go to Emma's room, I think. Yeah. And the spirit box goes, Emma. Like it was like we were like, what?
Yeah, that's pretty
wow.
So
Didn't you record that? Someone showed me that. Was that
it's in our episode part. I can't remember what part that was, but yeah.
I remember we were like I think the first night we were at Mackey Mansion, but like we were running out of time, so we weren't there very long. But right off the bat we were getting activity. I'm like, no, I don't want to leave. But yeah, it was pretty crazy there.
Yeah. Yeah, we were there from like 11 to 5:30 in the morning. It was like,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then Washoe, we were there for a long time too.
Yeah.
So
Okay. And then Ron, being a skeptic, like, is there any particular investigation that you did? Like, there's something out there that I can't explain.
I guess the whole Virginia City trip was an eye opener.
Okay.
It was even when we came from the airport driving into Virginia City in the car, and just driving in, I got goosebumps. And I said to Cass, I'm like, this is nuts. There is, like, I can't explain it. And again, I'm not one, like there. I said there's an energy, or there's something about this city, like, that you don't feel anywhere else that we've ever been. Like Niagara on the Lake, you don't feel it. You don't feel, But then I can't remember who I was talking to, but they said, well, it was a mining city, and with the silver deposits and the minerals in the ground, that could have an effect on the energy that's there. Hence why the presence of like ghosts and spirits are more
I can believe that.
present.
Oh yeah, they say the same thing about some spots in Florida too, because of the limestone. Yeah, limestone with salt water. Salt water is very conductive.
So. Well, I'm sitting right now. I'm right at sea level. If I get a shovel and start digging in my backyard, I'll hit water.
Oh wow!
So
yeah,
like right there. Yeah,
that's why I think underground stuff, when you guys talk about like these tunnels and underground stuff, intrigues me so much, is because being from Florida, like there's no basements, like up until you get way up in North Florida, but like down here there's nothing. Like we're on sea level. Like literally, you dig down like 3-4 feet and you start hitting water.
If you're digging for a basement, might as well be digging for a pool.
So. Yeah, we get a lot of cave-ins too, right? like just houses will cave in because of like voids underneath.
Oh yeah, sinkholes. Yep.
Yeah,
we got sinkhole problems around here. I think that's like a little bit further up north.
Further north a little bit. Yeah, down here it's just swampy mess.
Oh, okay.
They have like when you start hitting up to Orlando, they have a lot of springs, like natural springs, and I think that's why that somehow is related to like what's underneath the ground, and it causes the sinkholes to happen. But yeah, you've seen like whole houses like just drop, get swallowed into the ground. It's crazy.
Wow.
So we're at the halfway mark where we gotta do a little commercial thingy. We gotta
pay the bills.
Pay them bills.
Jinx.
I'm gonna you want me to be in charge?
No, go for it, man. Because you got it handled, man. You're on it.
I try. All right. So actually, Reese, Cassie, and Ron, this applies to you too. So we're gonna play this commercial right now.
What's up, my paranormal peeps? I'm Eric Vanderlaan, and I'm the host of War Party Paranormal Radio, and also the team leader of War Party Paranormal Research. And we got an exciting announcement to let you guys know tonight, and it involves stuff like this, and my co-host is going to tell you all about it.
What's up, guys? I'm Mike Del Coro with War Party, obviously. We are a technical team, and we always have people ask us, where can we get equipment like this? Well, you can get it from the ghosthunterstore.com. We got a nice little sponsorship worked out with them. We're going to be doing some giveaways, so stay tuned. Very, very cool, and go check them out at the ghosthunterstore.com.
Peace.
And so if you go to the checkout at the Ghost Hunter store and you enter code GHOSTGONEWILD, you get a discount on your purchase. So check them out. We're going to continue to do the giveaway here shortly. Dave's just got real busy. He's got some stuff going on, and he's pray for him. He's got some heart issues and stuff, so he's been in and out of the hospital. So We're going to pick that back up here soon. Big shout out to him. We're going to be seeing him soon. We're going to be going up to the White Hill Mansion Paracon, and he's going to be there. We're going to be there. It's going to be a good time. Katrina Weinman, some other great guests. So check us out there. And then Eric, what's very important.
Real quick, going back to that Paracon, for those of you that are up in the Northeast that want to go, it's really affordable. It's like $10. It's crazy. If you go to whitehillmansionparacon.com, you can come see us. And if you, I don't know, I forget how much the VIP is, but if you get the VIP tickets, you get to come investigate with us and Katrina
and
Whiteman,
Dave's team. Yep,
and Dave's team. So it's supposed to be super haunted. Dates back to Revolutionary period. Yep.
And while you guys are investigating, you got to make sure that you stay hydrated. So check this out.
What's up, my paranormal people? Eric and Mike here from the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, wanting you to remember the importance of hydration. Remember, we hunt ghosts. We don't want to turn into ghosts. Dehydration can lead to inflammation and even degenerative disease. So hydration is crucial.
Whether you're up all night investigating the paranormal, sky watching, or Bigfoot, Fuel Up Hydration System is designed to support motivation, concentration, and rejuvenation with the best immune-enhancing delivery system available today.
Experience the benefits of Fuel Up with their Feel the Difference money-back guarantee.
Visit fuelup.gg/warparty for their special offer that includes free shipping. Fuel Up for life. Hey, Eric, how do we do?
It's awesome.
All right. Well, maybe we should stick to hunting ghosts. I don't know if commercials is our thing.
True that. You look at some for mosquitoes.
I love the ghost, right? Goofy.
That was Mike. That was Mike.
That was me on the sheet there. No. So right now, guys, we have an episode that's currently just released on Paraflix called Spirits of the South.
Check it out.
You can check it out now. And then we're releasing a new one coming next month. And I'm going to play a quick little trailer. They're 1 minute each. So I'm going to play the trailer of Spirits of the South. This is available now to watch.
Clearly an old human skull and then some arm and leg bones.
Martin County Sheriff's deputies, though, did not disturb the site, quickly identifying it as a Native American burial site with the remains of at least 6 people.
We've gotten EVPs of Native Americans speaking, because we think it's related to these mounds that date back like, I believe, 2,500 years. Spirits.
I'm just hearing a lot of stuff. All around me in these woods.
And I looked over and I just saw legs walking. And like a torso, there was half a torso there.
So
got
that's
some cool stuff.
Yeah, we actually captured one of the most amazing disembodied voices that we've ever heard on that episode. So it was caught from 3 different angles and 3 different cameras, and we played in that episode. And then one more, and then we'll get back to it. This is a newly released trailer. Nobody's seen this yet. This is brand new. So this is coming out in mid next month.
Welcome to the old jail, y'all. Now you can't leave.
That's gangsta. Actually, we have one more. I'm sorry, like we're taking up the show and showing everybody all these trailers, but we do have one more that we have to play.
Absolutely.
So, Supernatural Eye, Franny, one of our teammates, is coming out with an episode March 30th. She's going to have Para Vibes, and she's also going to have Patty and Agree. So it's going to be a really good one.
Yeah, the post interview segment, I actually interviewed Patty and Agree about that.
Right here.
So, very good stuff.
Yeah. So check it out.
She's awesome.
On the next episode of Supernatural Eye.
Yeah, I'm proud of our team. We got a lot of talent on our team. They're all doing their own thing, anywhere from like doing paranormal, even like being a rock star. So pretty cool. So
All
we're
right.
done.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about the other side.
That's right.
We were talking about Niagara Falls.
All right, Cassie, I got a question for you.
Virginia City.
Name like maybe one of your, or just the first one that comes to mind, like one of your bucket list places that you just been chomping to get at and want to get to at some point.
It's like
Miami, Florida.
I have a binder full of locations
really?
that I'm like slowly checking off. Okay, I'm trying to think. I've hit I've already hit to my like Mackie and Washoe were like kind of like my bucket list, so that's done. Obviously, I don't know, like obviously like Waverly or like
Waverly School.
I'm trying to think. Actually, like now that I've met you guys and watched stuff at St. Augustine, that's also which is
Definitely hit us up if you go.
Yeah, I mean that, I don't know when we'll be able to get to Florida. Like maybe next year. I don't know. My parents have a timeshare in Orlando, or near Orlando.
Oh, so. There you go.
That's not too far.
So we stay there and just drive, right?
The best part, Eric, is Cassie says you realize anytime we go on a vacation, like it's not a vacation. Like we're gonna have to investigate.
Para vacation.
You got to. You're there. You might as well hit a spot, right?
But Ron, if you like history, you'll love this place. It's just
I do like history.
So
I love history.
much history.
That's
the oldest city in the U.S.
Cool.
Yeah.
It is wild. Yeah. There's so many places in St. Augustine. It is definitely that's a good call because it's not like one spot. Like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It is wild.
You walk down the alleyways and you could like experience something. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's my kind of place. Or actually, Maisie Rose just said Scotland. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, over there. Like my sister and her husband and 2 kids were just in Scotland, and they were at Airbnbs, and one of the locations. My niece is like, I don't know, like I don't think she was serious, but she made like a ghost sighting map of the house that they stayed at because it was like this old cottage. Anyways, I don't know if she saw any ghosts, but like she was like ready to see ghosts.
And what about you, Reese?
Oh, well, I mean, you guys visited one that's on my bucket list, Mackey Mansion, for sure. So I'm going to have to backtrack to there someday. Any asylum really would be cool for me.
Mm-hmm.
I very much relate to crazy people, so I feel like it would go very well for me there. And then there's this really, really creepy haunted doll island. I believe that's in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely
cool.
Just for the creep factor. Want to check that out.
Coming to Miami, we can show you some black magic Santeria stuff.
Ooh, I'm definitely game.
That's different, right? But yeah, those are some cool places. Like I would even like to go like the Mayan pyramids and like try to do a paranormal investigation. You don't see anyone doing that. I actually haven't. I'm like, my mother's side of the family's from Ecuador. So a few years back, I went to Quito, Ecuador, and I went with my sister, and
It's a
we
big surf
stayed
spot, right?
down by the coast. Yeah, they got a big surf spot. I forget the name, but they have a lot of Inca history there. And my sister and I went there, and we stayed at this old hacienda that dates back to the 1700s. And the reason, because always got to bring that para into my vacation. So the reason why we stayed there is there's Inca tunnels running all along underneath it. So I'm like, oh, okay, we got to stay there, and I got to check out the tunnels. But this is back when I first started, and I didn't really have much. I just had like knockoff GoPro and a K2, and I stuck it in like the tunnel and let it run with the K2 in front of it, see if anything would happen, but nothing happened. But you could definitely feel the vibe.
Mhm.
Now they got more stuff and more technology. I would definitely love to, like anything like, that's Inca, Azteca, Maya. Like that's what I want.
Oh yeah, Machu Picchu.
Yeah, Machu Picchu. Yep, that's on my bucket list for sure.
Yeah, all that stuff's just so wild, and the energy and everything that's got to be there. And Eric, you've actually investigated the Coral Castle. I've never been there.
You guys ever heard of Coral Castle?
No.
Oh, okay. So Coral Castle. Oh, I can't remember the guy's last name.
I can't remember his name either.
But his name was Ed, and he came from like I think Lithuania, like an Eastern European country, and he left because he was jilted at the altar. His future wife left him there, and she was much younger than him. He was like an old guy, and she was like really young. And he ended up going to Florida and ended up building this castle out of the coral, like the limestone. He was able to cut it into pieces, and no one knew how he built these, like cut out these big blocks and like put them all together. Some thought it was maybe alien technology. Actually, Disney had like an old, like I don't know, it's like a 1930s, I don't know, like black and white video of him building it. Basically, he was doing like a pulley system, like how the Egyptians used when they were built the pyramids. And the thing is, with the coral and the limestone, it's very brittle, so it's easy to cut. So that's how he did it. And also he used some type of technology where he had like a device. I forget. I don't know if it was like a magnetic or type thing. Oh, there you go. Down there. Ed Lee Scalen. I don't even want to try to say that.
Yeah, and I guess like he would only do it at night when nobody could see him, and he was by himself.
Very secretive about it.
And
he built it for his bride that left him.
And I guess the door that you're not allowed to do it anymore, because if you go there, like it's there, they stopped it to preserve the history. But there was a door that was like so many tons, and
2 tons,
and it was pivoting so perfect that you could literally push it open.
It spins around, like
one finger,
like the spinning doors when you go in, but it's built out of a 2-ton piece of coral. And it was sitting on a pin, and you could push it like what Mike said with your finger to open it. That's like how it was like. Pretty amazing stuff. Everything was aligned with the stars, so pretty
wild spot.
Yeah. Google Coral Castle and you'll get like the full story, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff down here in Florida. If it's up your alley.
Yeah. Up there in the Niagara area and things like that, there's a lot of UFO sightings and stuff as well, right?
I haven't actually heard about any, but I've not. Maybe you know more than I do.
I have a foreman who used to work with me, and he was telling us one night he was like looking up in the stars, and he saw 3 lights that like flew by, like he said, what he knew it wasn't satellites, and he knew it wasn't like airplanes or anything because it was extremely irregular. Like it was just like zoom, zoom, zoom. But like I'm just listening to Harry. I'm like, nah, come on, you're seeing things. Harry says, no, I'm telling. I swear, I'm pretty sure it was UFOs. But believe me or not, like and just have to take it how it is. But that's one instance. Like I never even thought that there would be UFOs flying around Niagara. Like that's
it's a big hotspot for supposedly. I don't know if there's any military installations or anything near there or what, but yeah, definitely. Or maybe it was a Chinese spy balloon. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
we get a lot of claims of the Tic Tac UFOs down here.
Mm.
People see a lot of those, like out in the Everglades and by the ocean. So,
All right. So if you were to go on an investigation and somebody said you're only allowed to take one piece of equipment, what would you bring? Anything. It could be any piece of equipment, but you only could bring one thing.
Is camera included? Is like that, or like
No, that doesn't count.
Oh, okay. So camera, obviously, because we catch all our EVPs mostly through camera audio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
That's
I
the best.
probably would say, like, I want to say, I wouldn't even say digital recorder because we catch a little bit. I would probably say that the SB7.
Yeah.
That's a good device. and Reese?
I'm a big fan of a REM pod.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
I like the interaction.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
remarkable when you could start getting communication back and forth, and you can get one to
Exactly.
work with on command, and it's almost intelligent. That's
Yeah.
definitely.
And I mean, even if you didn't want to splurge for a REM pod, like we've gotten stuff with cat balls.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's my
Right?
favorite.
Like we love those little guys too, right? So
Mm-hmm.
even if you wanted
That's
to,
a perfect tool.
Exactly. It doesn't take much.
It was really weird last Saturday night. Like, I was using my EDI, and almost like the EMF was going off on cue. I was like walking around, like someone was like following me around. And then later, one of our REM on the Mel meter went off. The cat balls were going off. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I need an EDI, but I just looked them up, and it's like 300 something Canadian.
I know, and they've been on back order for a long time as well, for some reason. But yeah, no, for sure, it doesn't take much, like you said. Cat ball, dowsing rod, things like that. Sometimes the simpler the better. It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. And what else we got? We tell us about some of the last episodes that you guys just put out.
I watched the
We're
last
laughing
one
because our part 4 was the most, like, it's funny. In my outro, I was like, oh, we didn't really catch much, whatever, but like that little did I know, so many EVPs. We caught we got a ghost mimicking me, and then we caught a class A EVP, probably within it was like seconds in the episode, but because I had cut out stuff because it was like we were doing a cleanup, we were like finishing up for the night. And I'm saying goodbye to William, who said to haunt, and we felt like he followed us around the whole time. He was breathing in Reese's ear multiple times. We're like, I'm like, bye, William. And then you hear a voice go, don't, like, so clear. So,
oh, wow. You got a lot. You got some EVPs off the camera audio, too, I remember.
Yeah, that was
cool.
mostly
That's
where
always the
all the
best.
EVPs. We did get, I think, some whispering and a yep that came through the digital recorder, but mostly it was all through camera audio, which is why I'm like, I'm paranoid to add, because right now I just use a straight, I don't add like a boom mic or anything, or a shotgun mic.
Don't change it. Whatever's working is working.
Yeah,
okay,
for
so
sure.
literally, it's because I'm afraid because people complain about our audio, and I'm like, I mean, it sounds fine. I don't know, so I'm just keeping what I'm doing. But
or maybe if later, if you have another camera and leave that one that catches EVPs like on a tripod running, and then use your other one for whatever. But don't, definitely, if it's working, it's working, right?
Yeah, keep using it.
Except that's our good camera. So we have like 2 cheap cameras. I use as static cams, and this is our Sony AX53. So
yeah.
Oh, is it 53? Yeah, that's a good camera. That
Real
audio
quick.
on that, the audio on those is good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, real quick, we're at the mark where our KGRA listeners are going to be switching to the next show. So we got to let them know that if they want to continue and listen to our show, they can hop on the War Party Paranormal YouTube page. And just remember, at KGRA, we're not the only show. They got a bunch of shows, awesome shows. They have MUFON on there. They do stuff on cryptids, Bigfoot, paranormal. They have Bishop Long there from Ghost Hunters. He has his own show there. Spirituality shows. So give them a check out. So that do a good job. Did I say everything?
You said it.
What did it say?
You said
Okay,
it.
awesome.
You did.
All right.
Awesome.
Got to take care of the compliance. So.
Yeah, and you know what? Thanks everybody too that's tuned into the chat. It's really good to see a lot of the familiar faces come in here. I know that you know, everybody is just that's been supporting us and supporting Weeping Willow. It's very awesome to see, and we appreciate everybody.
Yeah, it's sort of cool. Like ever since PEX, we like sort of developed like a nice little community here. Like the same group of people is still hanging out in these chats. Like, you know, we're at the PEX, so that's really cool.
That's what attracted me too. Actually, is the sense of community.
Yeah, we got.
Isn't it awesome?
Here.
It's it's so cool. Like everybody is, you know, you get the, you know, it's just like anything. You get the couple scattered a-holes mixed in, but most of everybody is really friendly, really cool, and you have the, you know, like a whole little family going on. You know, it's really good stuff.
Yeah, we met you guys, and we met Erica that's on here. She's amazing. Joe Vitale, he's on here. Very cool dude. Got to investigate with him at the train depot in Virginia City. And if I'm missing anyone, and if I felt like Crow was there the whole time, but
he
was there virtually.
No.
He was very supportive of it. So I'm going to give him a shout out too. So, and anyone else I didn't miss, I missed. Yeah, it's a great community. It's great how everyone supports and follows each other. So it's really awesome. I really like that.
And shout out to the Unknown Paranormal. I saw Mike in there too in the chat somewhere. You know, he was the first team in Canada to try out the Delco experiment.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah.
They're West Coast, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They're way southwest. I think is. I can't remember exactly. We had him on the show. I'm terrible.
Shout out to Allie. Shout out to Allie Nelson. She was at Virginia City as well.
Yep, she was.
So.
Yeah.
I'm so bummed that I didn't get to make it. I was super busy at work, but I would love to check it out.
Yeah, ditto on that one.
Well, I'm trying to talk Jamie into bringing it down to South Florida because we got like a perfect location for that called Yesteryear Village. And basically it's like a historical town where they brought all these historical buildings that were going to be demolished, like in different parts of Florida, and brought them to this one location and stored them. But it seems like all these different buildings have their own personalities. So now, like the whole village, like the security guards always see shadow figures all the time. One person captured this really cool picture of a shadow figure of a woman, like outlined with the hat and
it was wild. One of our guests,
like all in Victorian period, like walking through between the houses. People see like movement in the windows. So the most well-known building there is the Riddle House that was featured on Ghost Adventures. It used to be a funeral parlor, and the reason why it's haunted, I don't know if it's because of all the bodies that passed there, but there was a funeral worker that was accused of stealing and got upset, and he went up to the third floor attic and hung himself. And we get a lot of interaction with him. It's like it blows your mind away.
Yeah, there's supposedly three spirits that reside at that property. There's Jacob, a little boy that fell out of the second story window. And then there's also
a woman named, I think, Mary
that supposedly haunts the kitchen area. But we actually War Party hosts public events there where you can come out and interact and hunt ghosts with us. So,
but it's not the most haunted like building on that property. There's a firehouse. I was there a couple of weeks ago. That was wild, like seeing shadow figures, getting EVPs, cat balls going off, motion detectors going off. It was just wild. Like the REM pods were going off, like answering questions on cue.
Wow.
I don't know if you saw Franny's video where she's like talking about the fire calendar and the REM pod goes off, like things like that. It was like crazy. But
that place is neat for sure. That would be a great place to hold a convention. So,
so that was my suggestion.
You got to keep working on it there with her. Try to get her to do it. Yeah, Joe said he would. Yeah, Florida, come on down. Come on down. And that's another thing too. You know, we got like an open door policy, man. Anybody comes down, we're we're super cool. Like we're happy to go out and investigate with you guys if we have anything going on or whatever. So, you know, anybody wants to come on down
we
this
get
way,
teams
hit us
from
up.
Germany that come investigate with us. So
Oh wow.
Oh, cool.
yeah, Germany, Holland. So yeah, we welcome everyone. Just message me and we'll hook it up.
That's cool.
So anyway, we're at that point of the show where do you guys want to let people know where they can find you if you have anything coming up to look out for? Just plug yourself like crazy.
We have coming up. I have to see if I can recover the footage, but where we investigated Reese's work, it looked like it was all broken link, so I have to see if I can rescue it. But if not, we investigated Chase Manor in Auburn, New York, with Paranormal XP and their Canadian team and Tommy Amongst the Tombstones. He's based in Michigan. So we went there, and that place was pretty crazy. As you guys who know me, I don't really swear. It's not because anyways, I swore. And it was crazy. We had a disembodied voice that breathes so loud. It was insane, guys. So that episode is gonna probably be our next one, if not Reese's work. And then you can find us on YouTube, Weeping Willow Paranormal, and Instagram. Mostly is how I connect with people. I do have Twitter. I'm kind of on Twitter, not really. And I do have TikTok, which I did post the 2 videos of the mimicking and the man's voice saying "don't" on my Instagram, but I also posted on TikTok. But
oh, nice.
Yeah.
And you got your link tree I put up there, Dantex.
Oh yes,
thank you, Dantex, for always supporting.
So that's all the stuff there. So.
Reese, anything that you want to add in?
Yeah, just what's coming up is absolutely crazy. Probably one of the most active locations we've visited so far, and that's kind of saying something with the incredible evidence we just caught at Cottingwood. So definitely check us out at Weeping Willow Paranormal, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Come find us on it all.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Ron? All the above?
He's like,
what they said, right?
No, but listen, guys,
if
you ever want to come down to Florida and go to St. Augustine, we could probably do a group thing at the St. Augustine Lighthouse. I mean,
the jail is amazing.
Or the jail, they're both
so
big
many
places. You get at the lighthouse, you get the lighthouse, which is not the only haunted location. The keeper's house is haunted. That basement in the keeper's house is super active. The jail, you got the actual jail, and then attached to it is where the sheriff's home was. That's very active. You even walk around Castillo de San Marcos at night. I mean, you don't even have to go on a tour. And I've gotten wild stuff by the executioner's wall. So it's pretty wild.
Wow.
So you got an invitation. Let me know.
Probably this year is pretty. We have a big trip coming up. It's a secret. So.
Okay, cool. Whenever you're ready. The invitation's
we'll
open.
be going. Yeah.
Who we're collabing with.
Oh yeah, so that's a collab with Reese. Couldn't come on this trip, which really sucks. But we're gonna make it up because we're gonna be hitting more locations. But we're collabing with Cemetery Road. So Jason, he was also at PEX, and then Karen, who's coming. Due Paranormal, coming all the way from Australia, which Eric met too. At PEX, so we're going to be doing the crazy locations, guys.
Insane.
I can't wait. But yeah, so that's kind of what's happening coming up recently, or in the future month.
Very cool.
Just over a month away.
Yeah.
So
how come Wheezy's always showing her ass to the camera?
I don't
understand that. She's so nasty.
Dirty girl. And for me, if you want to check out any of my content or any of our stuff, obviously, if you just go over to flaparanormalresearcher.com, it's got links to all my social media, the Haunted Files stuff, the War Party stuff. If you check out warparty.com, it has all our upcoming events, and that's also linked to everything as well. So, Eric, where can they find you?
They can find me at Ghost Hunter of South Florida on IG, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube.
You need a link tree, brother.
I know, right? Well, I haven't been doing much of my Ghost Hunter South Florida YouTube because I've been doing the Paraflix thing. and the War Party thing. So warpartyparanormal.com, everything's linked to it. Eventually we're going to be linking the Paraflix as well. And yeah, like if you haven't checked out Paraflix, get a subscription. It's only $3.99 a month. It's really affordable. They even give you a free 3-day trial. And there's a link. If you go to their website, they have like some shows on there that you can watch for free that they're showing. A Denim House episode part 1, episode 2 part 1. You can see that on there. You don't have to pay for it. It'll be a little teaser, so you have to buy it and then get to watch part 2. But yeah, so yeah, check them out. We're not the only show on there. We just got on there. Thank you, Natalie Jones and Patty Negree. But there's some other amazing shows out there as well. So New Reality, they were at PX. Yep. So yeah, check them out.
They're there.
Did I cover everything?
Perfect.
On my side. Okay. All right.
All right, guys. Well, hey, it was really good talking to you. It was really great
having you guys
on the show. Thank you for coming
Thanks
on.
for having us.
Thank you.
We'll have to do another reading.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I give you props for that because I don't know if I would have had a reading on live. But
yeah, that was insane. Like, because I had to send it to my sister because she's talked a lot about my sister. So I was like, I'm like, you have to listen to this. And my sister Alex watched it twice in a row because she was blown away.
Crazy.
That was still the wildest thing, guys. If anybody's listening and you want to know what we're talking about, if you go back through on the War Party Paranormal YouTube channel and you scroll down till you see the episode with April Boussette, the New Jersey psychic housewife. I always say it backwards, whatever, but it's April Boussette. She's awesome, and you'll see what we're talking about. She does a reading for Cassie, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. But again, guys, everybody, thank you for joining. Thank you for everybody that was listening and everybody that was watching. And we appreciate you guys, and you're the best. Thank you.
Peace.